first movie I ever get to see at this grand cinema. Here we go. The Roses, the 2025 remake rom-com classic War of the Roses, directed by Jay Roach, and tells the story of Ivy and Theo, played by Olivia Coleman and Bennedict Cumberbatch, who meet one day in the kitchen of a restaurant, and romance was high in the air that day, and before they know it, they tie the knot and have two children, a daughter and son. Though Ivy's career far more successful than Theo's, after Theo's idea turns out to be a disaster and a humiliation for him, whereas Ivy's restaurant, We Serve Crabs, is thriving. Theo becomes the stay-at-home dad who the kids get to spend far more time with him because he's home way more, and it gets to the point where Ivy and Theo are at war with one another, want divorce, and fight over who gets the house, to the point where they try to destroy and kill one another, literally. Now, I know my review is late to the party, as this was an August release, but I saw this movie in late September with my lovely next door neighbour Olivia, and we saw it one evening at the Odyssey cinema, which is the best cinema you could ever walk into. It's like a preserved classic cinema, which we need more of these days. So this movie will be special for being the first film I saw at that cinema for that reason alone. I won't be biased and will still judge this movie as fairly as I can. And as a modern remake of War of the Roses, The Roses is a double-edged sword, but it's still highly entertaining, with more good to offer than bad. I will say I did like the original War of the Roses film more, but this film is passable, well acted, and sometimes intense romantic comedy, even if it's could have executed the story just a tad better. The cast had instant appeal to me, not only with Olivia Coleman and Bennedict Cumberbatch. They were going to do so well acting in this movie, regardless of the scripts, and they do so. I get that the point of the movie was to show the fall of their relationship from both sides, but I personally was more on Ivy's side and sympathised with her a little more, as Theo really kind of stole the kids from her and made them completely like him, to the point where the kids barely talk to and neglect their mother. Yeah, you do kind of feel bad for her that she missed so much of her own children's lives. Plus, when their fight for the house commences, Theo is the one that goes too far first when he nearly kills Ivy, because Ivy very tragically has a fruit allergy and sugar allergy, where too much fruit or sugar intake and her throat will seize up, and Theo puts something in Ivy's food to get her to sign over the paperwork and the house to him, or die, which is rather barbaric and a dick move, if you ask me. Luckily, she has her pen to inject herself every time that this happens, to which she is forced to sign the papers to save her life, but but then when she picked up a gun, I was kind of cheering her on. I was like, yes, get him back, good girl. And their acting is at their best when Ivy and Thea are yelling at one another and in full couple argument rage mode. I mean, yeah, that they sure go for it. Their kids are passable child actors, even if their actors aren't as experienced as Olivia Coleman or Bennedict Cumberbatch, but I'm sure they will go on to be as great as them someday further into the future. There are also some Barbie actors in this movie, which I was overjoyed to see, and it's with Kate McKinnon and Nucci Gatwa in the supporting cast. Yes, boy, did a weird Barbie and the Doctor being in this movie only added to the comedy, because they are the funniest parts of the film, no question. And even though for the majority of the runtime, Ivy and Theo are a British couple living in the US, the film was entirely shot in Britain, which is so impressive how they made Britain look so much like the US. And the soundtrack is also nothing short of whimsical, especially with that cleverly written version of So Happy Together in the opening credits. But though here's where the Roses made mistakes that hold it back from being a classic rom-com. The pacing is a severe issue with this movie. For a 2-hour movie, we don't get to see the fall of their marriage until rather late into the second half, so we wait too long for what we came to see this movie for happen. Yeah, I do think, yeah, the build up to their marriage declining did go on a bit. Yeah, my pal Ollie said he was bored by the Roses, and I can't say I blame him. I can see why. And also this, yeah, not only do I think the film make Theo a tad too unlikable and go too far, like I said before, but also the ending. Yes, I can see why some may call this ending a genius, when Theo and Ivy kiss for one last time and their house blows up with them both in it, and then it cuts to the credits. That's it. The movie's over. You're just like, WTF? Is that it? Where's the closure? What did their kids find out what happened? Did their friends know? What happened to them? You can't just end it off like that. Seriously, yeah. I do have a problem with endings with lack of closures, and the Roses ending is a prime example of that. The ending is not as smart as it thinks it is. So yeah, overall, the Roses is still a hilarious modern version of movies like the Breakup and War of the Roses, and to see this movie in the Odyssey was fantastic. It's just not gonna be a rom-com that I hurry back to, nor is it gonna make my top 10 for this year. I give the Roses 3 stars out of 5. Good movie. So yeah, thank you once again to my dear neighbour and friend Olivia for inviting me to see this movie with her, because I may not have seen it as soon as I did had she not suggested it, but yeah, and I've got another rom-com review planned for you guys in the near future. Sex Tape. Well, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. What are your thoughts on the Roses? And did you prefer the War of the Roses or this version? Please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. And I'll see you next time. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.